Right, well, Tom Lammonby, obviously great to score a century, but to score a century when your side really needs it, that must be immensely satisfying.
Yeah, I think it was. Obviously, batting with Abe's there was attritional at times, but coming here this morning, any result was possible either side. So, it was important first hour, and I think we got through that with a partnership with Rui, and then started again brilliantly with a partnership with Abe. So, that was pleasing.
How difficult was it out there on a pitch on which 18 wickets had fallen yesterday?
Look, I think it definitely went through stages, and I think we can overlook how well we bowled in the third innings. But with that new ball in the third innings, Henna's, JD, Craig, Miggy all showed like that they're world class, and almost sort of how well they bowled first innings as well. Goes amiss slightly here, but I think there was definitely stuff in it for the bowlers all the way through. And when it got a bit softer towards the end, it became a bit easier. Which again shows that partnership up top yesterday evening, like 30 or 40, whatever it was, 40-50 runs was really crucial as well, just to take the edge off the new ball. And they had a very inexperienced bowling lineup, but all credit to them. First innings they put us under a lot of pressure, and we had to bowl out of our skin second innings to remain in the game and give us a chance of winning it. So all credit to their bowlers first innings as well.
You've made starts in a good many innings this season so far without going on. What was the difference today?
I think just having a conversation with Shane yesterday morning, and it's not a you never mean to get out, do you, after getting a start, but it's one of those where it's just dig in, and almost a bit gritty today, especially back end. So I just spoke about wanting to be a bit more ruthless, and as you said, making those starts count, because it can be a fickle game. You can get good balls like I got in the first innings, and a couple of low scores in a row and you can be under pressure. So it's so important to make sure that you push on with those starts, and I was pleased to do so today.
Partnership of 139 with your old comrade in arms, Tom Abel. You must enjoy batting together.
Yeah, obviously I've loved batting with Abes, and we played a lot with each other now. I'd want to do it forever if I could. So it's always calming when he's out there, and when he's playing his best, it's very fluent. And today we had to be sort of the opposite and a bit more attritional, and almost wait for the bad balls and them to get a bit tired. So it was a bit different today, but still very effective, and always cherish batting with Abes.
I saw you get a match-winning century against Worcestershire back in 2020. How does this innings compare with that one?
I think it's all very different, isn't it? Feels like a long time ago that. As I said, coming here this morning, anyone could win the game. So there was a bit of pressure on that, and we batted very deep this week, so I had all faith in the guys. But it was just making sure we were the men out there and doing it. I don't think it can compare to the Worcester innings, because it's a different game in a different period. So it would definitely be up there.
Put it another way, do you think you're getting better as a batsman?
I think I've changed a lot, and I've learnt a lot, which hopefully is putting me in a good stead for my all-round game. And if I can continue to do that and continue making progress, then that's a good thing. And I'll always strive to do that. So hopefully getting better as a batter.
Well, Jason Kerr, Somerset head coach, that was a bit against the odds, but first win here since 1997, first away win since 2023 at Northants. You must be very pleased with that performance.
Incredibly pleased. I think obviously the nature of where we were at the close of play, day one, being a deficit, 109 runs behind on first innings. I thought we bowled brilliantly both innings, to be fair. So to get back into the game and right a few wrongs, actually. We knew that if you built partnerships, obviously we know batting gets easier. And I felt yesterday with the start we had with Josh and Lewis at the top, really calm, composed. The real threat was the new ball. And I felt once we got through that, we had a great opportunity to win the game.
But would it be fair to say that if it hadn't been for that bowling performance yesterday, if it hadn't been for bowling Durham out for 159, the win would never have been in prospect?
It's certainly been a lot harder, definitely. But I think that's the way we've bowled the last two games as a group collectively has been outstanding. I thought Miguel Pretorius was phenomenal in this game, particularly bowled really good pace. But as a unit, the sustained pressure from both ends. We know the quality of all four seamers, but so when you keep coming like that, create opportunities. I was proud of the first innings and the fact we are creating opportunities, and we put a few down, whereas we didn't do that second innings. And as I said, that gave us a chance. We thought anywhere around 200 on this surface will give us an opportunity to win the game.
Third consecutive win, and in each case you've chased down a total. What do you think that says about the side?
Well, look, I've said it many times, but there's huge character in the dressing room and a lot of ability. I know the batting comes in for a huge amount of criticism and unfairly, but I think the nature of some of the surfaces and situations we found ourselves in, we've demonstrated a huge amount of character and resolve. And one of the things we're always trying to improve is how we find resilience, how we find that character, but more importantly, how you demonstrate it. And Lewis did that last week. He's done it again at the start of this innings. Abe's, Rui, and obviously Lammers there was probably arguably his best innings for the club in 4-day cricket. Was superb.
And you no sooner win 3 county championship matches on the bounce than you're into 20 over blast cricket, starting against Surrey on Friday. Will you have a full squad of, well, obviously Tom Banson's with England, James Rue will be with the England Lions, but apart from those two, will you have a full squad of players to choose from?
No, I think our reality is looking, that we're going to be, I wouldn't say severely, but we're depleted. Sean Dixon won't have recovered in time from a broken finger. So we're 3 batters down that you'd argue would play. So that creates opportunity. Touch wood, we're at full strength from a bowling point of view, but there are a couple of reports of a couple of injuries and niggles, so we'll obviously assess those over the next couple of days. So, that's exciting for me. It's going to look a little bit different, particularly around the top of the order, but that's going to create opportunities for someone playing in front of a full house at home.
Is Tom Kohler-Cadmore going to be back and available, back from Pakistan?
Yeah, so Tom's around, so he's training this week. Probably more so on his golf than he is his cricket at the minute. But he's invested enough time, obviously been playing in franchise cricket, so it'd be great to have TKC back, and will be an option with the gloves for us as well.
Well, I was going to ask that. Who's going to keep wicket?
Probably TKC. We've obviously brought Tom Rue into the squad as well, so that's another option. I thought he acquitted himself brilliantly here, coming in obviously for his brother as a 17-year-old. It looked like he'd been here all his life, so that bodes well really for the future. But he's an option for us as well.
It's going to be a tough game, though, isn't it? Tough start against Surrey.
Yeah, look, we know they're a strong side. We've had some great games over the last few years, and the South group in particular is incredibly strong. But it's exciting. It's a break, obviously, in the schedule, break in the format, and it creates to play in front of full house at home on Friday night. It'll be incredibly special.